Welcome back to the Shacknews E3 2019 live stream. I'm Asif Khan, I'm CEO, Editor-in-Chief, Chief Puppy Wrangler, but not this week because my dog's in Ohio and I'm in California, here with my tag team partner David Craddock, our long reads editor. We have another special guest. This has been a cornucopia of special guests this morning. Elliott Hsu here from Xbox Hardware.
Yes.
Here to show us off a very special controller. So yeah, we actually have a trailer that we're going to throw it to, and then we can come back here and jibber jab about this awesome new piece of hardware. So take it away. So that was the hype trailer from the Xbox Elite Wireless Controller Series 2, right? I got the name right?
Yeah, you can call it Elite Series 2.
Okay, Elite Series 2.
Yeah, I actually have to jump in. I've been really curious. When did the development of this controller start? How soon after the Elite Series 1 did you guys dig into this?
Yeah, so as soon as the first Elite came out, it was our first product controller in that premium space where we had quite a few customization options. We did extensive research on what are the right customization options and features that players wanted. And we wanted that first Elite to be out there, out on the market, to kind of learn and understand how players are playing with it, how it's being used, and through that, that was part of the design process and part of the execution process in developing Series 2.
One thing I noticed about it, even in the trailer, it's very much so, it feels like it's designed for professionals, esports players. While we were playing the trailer, you showed me how the triggers have different levels of tightness to it. So you have different kind of key travel here. Talk about, did you guys talk to esports players about this, or how did you end up on some of these design decisions, like the tightening of the analogs or the trigger travel?
Yeah, so a lot of the features, we did do research with a lot of our most passionate gamers, gamers that play and pros, and this is the culmination of those features that were best addressed those gamers. Three really new things on this one is Detention Adjust on the thumbstick. So you have 3 positions here, and you can actually go all the way back to the traditional 360 tension.
Oh wow!
Which people just love. We had this at FanFest yesterday. People were, as soon as they felt it, they're like, oh, this brings me back to the old days.
Yeah,
it was awesome. Another new feature is, like you mentioned, originally on the Elite 1 we had 2 positions for the trigger pull. We actually added a third one, which gives you 1.8 millimeter travel here, so it's extremely rapid fire. And then the big one, of course, is the internal battery. So first time on an Xbox One controller, you have an internalized battery.
Okay.
And so that's definitely one of the new features. It's one that's obviously in media, social media is controversial, but we've accounted for everything here by internalizing the battery. We've also accommodated a charging stand. So this comes with, it's contact charging. You can plug in your USB-C. into the back, so this can sit nicely on your table, and the controller magnetically snaps in,
nice.
so it's a nice stand there. Another interesting tidbit we found from the Elite 1 players were that they love to store their device in the case. It was a thing to protect it as a premium product. Also, they said, I don't want my kids touching it, I don't want my friends touching it. So they would store it in there, and we thought, well, we have this charging dock, it's nice to be out on the table, but if these players want it in the case itself, we actually allowed for that.
Wow.
So you can magnetically attach this, so it's in there, it's fixed, and actually through the back, here you've got a USB-C port.
Oh, that's awesome.
Goes through, so you can actually charge it in the case.
Yeah, I mean, it's a premium product, so you want to have a case for it.
Yes, you want to have a case, and that's also allows us to be able to internalize that battery.
Sure.
Kind of to be at parity with a lot of the premium products today.
And have you guys stated what the battery life is on the controller?
So on a single charge, it's 40 hours of over 40 hours of extended game.
Okay, that's plenty.
That's plenty. Yeah,
It takes me back to the days of the original Game Boy when it would just last
forever. Yeah,
sure.
And the notion of this is you have your charger. Every time you're not playing, you dock it. It's getting fueled up.
So will this make me better at Gears 5?
That's up to you, but yes, it should. The idea, with Elite, and especially with the new options here in Series 2, it's about everybody being able to play better. Better customizing for the way you want to play, for how you want to, the tension that you want, where you want to remap your buttons. Yeah.
And everything's very detachable here.
Yes.
So you folks in the trailer mentioned that you kind of redesigned this from the ground up.
Yeah.
How much iteration was required to get to where you are right now? This is very polished, finished product.
Yeah.
How many controllers did you make in the office where you're like, this is trash, you threw it in the garbage?
I mean, this has been 4 years in the making since the first Elite came out.
Sure.
And the re-engineering from inside out is not just a tagline, but the fact that we had to add this tension in here, we had to redesign the entire thumbstick assembly, brand new there. We addressed a lot of bumper issues, so reinforcing a lot of the mechanics inside, and in particular reducing the battery line here, as well as if you notice on all other Xbox One controllers, we have a split line here for the side cap. We've reduced that and actually run the grip all the way across the bottom half. So now it's really essentially two halves. So it's an extremely robust product.
How many people are on your industrial design team over at Microsoft? Because I know it's a software company and then they have a hardware division, but I'm sure the industrial design team might be a little bit smaller.
Yeah, we have a full device design team at Microsoft, and we work with the really unique thing and special thing about our group is we work across all the hardware across Microsoft. So just getting one step away from gaming and Xbox, we work on HoloLens, we work on Surface devices, from big screens to small screens.
An adaptive controller, right?
Adaptive controller, yeah.
No, we gave that best tech of last year.
Yeah.
No, we were really impressed with it. We had those folks stop by last year. No, it's just one thing that I think is awesome about this is that it's going to work with Xbox Scarlet, right?
Yes, it will. So that is a principle of our hardware and all of our accessories is that it is backwards compatible as well as forward compatible.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then real interesting story with the adaptive controller was that the Elite 1 was actually one of the catalysts to getting to the adaptive controller. Because what we found was when we launched Elite, people were taking the toppers off and actually customizing pieces here, 3D printing pieces here to accommodate for accessibility. And that then created this motion for us to go, hey, there's more we could do here. This is about taking our top players and making them better, but we can make everyone better through a different platform. And I think the real big change came when all of a sudden we said we don't even have to address it as the shape of a controller.
Yep.
That's how that sort of took off.
Awesome. Well, we really appreciate you stopping by to chat with us. We appreciate what Microsoft's doing. You guys had a hell of a press conference this weekend. A lot of really cool announcements. This is exciting hardware. It feels great in the hand. We really appreciate you taking the time out to stop by our booth. But sadly, our segment has run out of time. But yeah, we have more coming up here, folks. And if you like this segment or other segments that we've done today, consider subscribing to Shacknews Mercury. It's $1 a month. You can support Shacknews content creation. And you get no ads, because people hate ads, right? So yeah, stay tuned. We got one more stream before we get to